What's up, everybody? Welcome to episode 354 of Opinions May Vary. I am your host, JR. I am alone this week. We're doing something a little bit different. Alex has put together a collection of clips, funny moments, a montage, if you will, of some of our best moments from 2018. We figured it is the end of the year, so why not engage in some fun end-of-the-year festivities? And Alex, historically, his montages are always the best, always a good reminder of how hilarious and witty we are, and I'm pretty excited to get into this myself. So without further ado, here is the clip, the 2018 best of, whatever you want to call it, that Alex has thrown together. Enjoy.
Which Transformer kicks the most ass, and why is it Starscream?
You're not wrong.
And I was like, where was that? How much is that? And that's when Will went my place with you, so he could experience New York Comic Con food. I think that was his first comic convention, and it was like one of the biggest
The
ones.
big one, yep. I guess if you're going to pop a cherry. Oh, that's a gross way of putting it. If you're going to
Nice one.
open a wound, whatever. Comic book page.
But I was like, how are your robots? He's like, I do dope robots. And I was like, can you do a Sentinel? He's like, I do dope Sentinels. And I was like, this was a really nice exchange.
You had a similar one with Chris Campana, too.
Yeah.
But, massive.
I took out a couple sketch covers, and I had like X-Men books and like a Spider-Man book, and I was like, I would like a Sentinel. He's like, oh, I'm not good at robots. And I go, all right. And I like the next cover behind it was a Spider-Man. He goes, give me the Spider-Man.
Oh, I think give the artists options like that, because there's always something that we're passionate about.
Mm-hmm.
Like, because we're fans too, man. I'm a fan. I'm a huge fan. And like, hey, you know what? Like, oh, how about this? Like, dude, I'll do that. Let me do something cool like that. I'm gonna do this, and it's gonna be awesome. And the only bad part I think about that with an artist, and I think we all do it as artists, like we'll do something really cool. We're like, oh man, here you go. So
I don't think I've ever seen a sign that says no.
I've seen no skateboarding.
I've seen those, but I don't think I've ever seen like a no parkour, no. I don't know what like another word for it would be. Like, do those exist? Have you seen? This is the dumbest question I've ever asked, but I'm actually super interested.
Yeah, they're all over rooftops that we've never been on.
Exactly. We don't have the ability to see them.
Gets to discover more mediums. And I was trying to describe the medium of what you use, and we were looking through some of the stuff, and we came across Harbinger's Wake with
Nyarlathotep. Hotep.
It was close.
Yeah, there's a reason why these are all supposed to be unspeakable names, so just do whatever you want.
You just draw. You know, I don't know if anyone. Maybe this is something artists go over, like for people who are learning to draw or want to, if you're interested in taking a class, or feel like they want to be a professional artist. The most important thing you can do is just draw like crazy every single day. I get asked every single day. I get emails and Facebook messages. Hey, can you look over my portfolio? Tell me what's better, or how can I improve? And I'm like, honestly, there's really only one way to improve, and that's just draw from life. I have kind of like a little schedule. I'll copy and paste it, but draw 5 sketch pages from your head a day. Draw 5 sketch pages from life a day. Try to emulate a master, so like find a master painting and copy one of those every week at least, and then try to paint either from a photo or real life of an environment. And then also on top of that, try to add a portfolio piece every single week and remove an old one. So that's something that I personally ought to do. But that's what I tell people to do, because that's like what I did do for years. And now, I mean, I draw. I don't think people understand how much professional artists like have to draw to stay relevant, but it's over 12 hours a day at least for me. At least. So
it's when I was getting my tattoo one time, my sister was there, and started asking the guy. I was like, hey, so how's your carpal tunnel risk? And he's like, pretty high. And I'm like, oh my God, Becky, can you not? Don't make the man worry about his future.
Disdain for steampunk.
I understand.
Yeah, it's like steampunk is for goths who've discovered brown.
Yeah, that's been. You've never heard that?
No.
Jared, that's been a catchphrase for years.
Yeah.
That is not new.
Oh, that tickled me. That's good. Found them too gripping myself, like seeing the people there, like actually rolling the dice, role playing the kid. Like I find that a little bit more enticing, I guess.
Yeah.
But like with that, you're gonna have a production. You're gonna need cameras. You're gonna need, a good. This is so lame. A good computer. But like.
Pictures of glasses.
Exactly. Oh, she gets it.
Yeah.
Sure.
My crowning achievement, the thing I'm most proud of probably in life, except I guess my children, would be there's a action figure of the Helios Girl armor I designed. So I I'm like, when does it come out? I'm like pre-ordering on Amazon, so I have a few of those, and then there's another one where they put the Locust helmet.
One of my favorite Ross jokes from this past ConnectiCon.
Oh, I love this.
So
I guarantee you, whatever you're about to say, I don't even remember saying it. I'm just putting that out there.
Probably.
Let's see if
He's probably making it up.
it was so well put together. I was angry at how good it was, because something about
Was this during Unleashed or?
I don't recall which one it was. I think maybe
we're off to a good start.
but something with Looney Tunes was up. I don't recall if it was what was on the board at the time or if it was one of the other topics. And someone mentioned like Acme High School, Acme Academy, and Ross goes, "No, I think you mean Acme Community College."
Oh god.
Oh man.
And so it's like everyone's ready for Acme University because that was one of the things from the shows.
Right.
And Ross he skips over it and goes to Community
College.
I'm proud of that joke to this day. Yeah.
Did you remember that one? Or
that message?
Is that one that you recall, or not so much?
That, as you're telling that story, I'm like, I couldn't have said Luniversity. What must I have said? And I didn't know where I was going. But then you got there, and I'm like, oh, that sounds about right. That sounds like a joke I would have made.
As I was leaving the Kickstarter room, they called out for the next round of demos for Secret Hitler. And despite having already played that game, I considered turning around and playing it some more because that game is kick-ass.
That game is super kick-ass. Like, you need a lot of people to play it, but good lord.
How would that be with a bunch of strangers?
Right? 'Cause
It was fun.
Because you're playing with your friends.
I brought it to a party where I didn't know anybody except for one other person, and so I played with strangers and I led the game.
Okay.
Instead of like actually being involved in playing it. But people not knowing each other adds a really fun element to that game. And there were only two fascists, and so like when they opened their eyes to go and look at each other, it was a couple, and so they opened their eyes, they looked at each other, they gave themselves each other the most adorable look. It's like,
Oh, we're
both
fascists.
Are you Hitler? You are Hitler. And it ended with there was an assassination that the liberals had a chance to use, and they ended up the liberal looked at the two of them who they thought were fascists, and it turns out they're right, and they go, pick which one of you wants to die. And so the guy goes, I'll die. And it ended up being the thing that saved Hitler. And so it looked like one of those things where he was doing it because it was for his girlfriend and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And as it turns out, he took the bullet so they would win the game. And then so like, wow, this was a really romantic version of World War II.
Jesus.
But yeah, so long answer. Yeah, works pretty well with strangers.
So if I played with strangers, people might actually trust me.
Maybe. You're those fools.
These are two similar things that are happening inside the game, but they're different buttons. And like I'm thinking I'm after playing Shadow Mortal for so long, and then I go to Batman, and I go to play Batman, I go to enter detective mode, which I think is ghost mode, and then I summon the Batmobile over and over and over again. It's like, oh, let me just switch to my now I'm in the Batmobile again. Because it just zooms in out of nowhere. It's like
it does that whole cinematic thing to get it to that.
And they got to shoot me out, and then I glide for a bit because I got to look around. Now I'm in a different place from where I was before. But I find the thing I got to look at the first point.
I mean, I'm always down to tell Capullo how dope his book is.
4 of them are good. It is Cable, Storm, Magneto, Sentinel. Those are the 4. God tier, there is no one better. They are better than everybody else. Everybody else is maybe usable as an assist.
I didn't realize Cable was even in the game.
Cable is one of the poster boys of that game. Air Hyper Viper beam.
I don't know what you just said.
He had the Hyper Viper beam, and what made Cable...
You keep saying it. Are you...
Bill was talking about a girl who was in a scene who wasn't like committing because she was embarrassed or she was shy.
Yep.
And like you were saying, it's like no one is ever. You're not going to see any of these people ever again.
They don't know who you are.
They don't know you. They can't see you.
They don't really care either.
Yeah.
They want to be scared, so give it to them.
No, like it's not like a band. It's like no one's going to be waiting in the parking lot hoping to like meet you after the show.
I gotta check out zombie number 5 when he gets out of here.
Corey, it was Corey, I just did it. I did it.
Yep.
Drew, God. I'm going to edit that out. Just kidding. It's always funny when I look like an idiot.
Definitely classic armor, like the green and the purple.
Yeah.
And so he did that for me. I picked it up the next
What
day.
color is his armor currently?
It's like a blue.
Really?
Yeah.
Ugh.
Well, because like with Superman gone, he kind of takes over for Superman, and he wears the S now.
Would it be how fucking funny would it be if you were like, all right, I'll come back for it. He's like, all right, I'll give you your Lex. Then you come back and it's Jesse Eisenberg.
Oof.
Not even funny.
Oh, that's going to do it for this week.
Just like, oh yeah, I put him in the power armor, but also he has his like white blazer on and long.
And he has a
hair.
speech bubble that says the red cape or the red capes are coming. Is that what he says?
Like holding a jar of piss. He's like, here's your Lex. That's $250, please.
What if it was drawn by like
George
Mike
Perez.
Mignola?
Mike Mignola.
Like by a really good artist.
Yeah, like someone you really admire.
Hey, Jim Lee, come here.
I got this. Just stay with me.
I got this idea. Lex, classic,
So-
badass, armor, looking tough. Jesse
Eisenberg.
Eisenberg's face.
Really like Disco Queen.
Right.
Yeah, and I was doing Disco Dazzler, so
That sounds.
You know, I
I don't know
disco
much about
balls.
Dazzler, but that sounds like the best version of Dazzler.
oh, get ready, she's gonna be in the next X-Men movie, and they're making another comic book.
At least fucking he remembered kids. Like how many times during the season was Hopper like,
Oh,
oh,
right.
shit, I have a kid at the cabin. Oh, I should probably go feed the child that I'm keeping in my fucking dad's house.
That no one knows about. So if I go missing,
He just runs like, oh fuck, it's 11 o'clock.
I told her to be home
I
by
totally
5.
forgot. I was poking pumpkins for 4 hours. God damn. Fucking Hopper.
yo, fuck Stranger Things.
Oh, fuck Stranger Things.
And then I bought the new Zodiacs. It's like a 4-part series. I got all 4 from Joe St. Pierre. I told him I thought he was great in Captain America as Batroc, so that was really cool.
He probably loved it.
Well,
That joke. Is that the one that I'm supposed to kill you over? Yeah, we're ending the show. I'm getting angrier and angrier the more I think about that.
Oh man, I didn't get the joke.
There's a UFC fighter, old UFC fighter, George St. Pierre. He's French Canadian, I think, and he was in Captain America: The Winter Soldier. He played that villain
okay.
at the very beginning
Right.
of the movie that they just beat up and just kind of dealt with.
We just watched that last night.
Right
Crazy.
on the
Yeah.
boat when they infiltrate the
Right.
boat and he fights the guy without a shield. That's George St. Pierre.
Okay.
This guy's name is Joe St. Pierre, apparently. And I hate you.
thanks.
That means a lot.
in the living room,
Mhm.
and Avril perked up, and she was like, "You were at PAX?" And it occurred to me like, "Oh yeah, you guys don't really have access to PAX, but you know what PAX is?"
Paxos.
Yeah.
Access to
Jesus.
That's very good. Well done. Well done. You just turn off his mic there.
to build my square
Gold
with.
boxes.
Huh? Yeah, Duplo. Like,
People on Reddit love those. I've never personally used them. We just use boards, you know. But boards get expensive, man. Like if you get like cut plastic, like nice plastic or
Right.
acrylic,
Yeah.
it's real pricey fast.
Well, then I could just
Like
reuse
nylon
the Duplo.
Yeah, a lot of people love the Lego bricks, but
Yeah.
you don't get an even surface like that. It looks a little weird.
Well, it's on the
But-
outside.
Yeah,
Alex,
you know,
stop
whatever
it.
works.
This is why I'm not a professional.
Okay, Okay, and I'm gonna. Well, you know what? I'm gonna give you a couple pointers.
I'm an amateur.
I guess this week in what is, without a doubt, the longest hiatus that we've experienced since his debut. But a big event happened last weekend. When was it? Last Sunday?
2 weeks ago.
No, it was literally on Sunday.
No, it wasn't.
Oh, right, because we're deceiving people. Yep. Because this is next week's episode.
We're good at this.
We're just breaking it down.
They
breaking
have
the
to
fourth
pretend
wall.
SmackDown's live.
It was it was 2 weeks. It's 2 Sundays ago. So, anyways, weird, like Middle European accent.
We legit thought that was his real accent.
Wow. That is the first time that anyone has ever thought Baron von Sexyful's accent was a real accent.
Because we were at a show, and I was like, at this show, it would make sense, you know?
I can't fault that logic. And I like how non-judgmental you were. Like, just like, yeah, I'm sure that's real.
Yeah. And then at one point, there a camera came out, and the accent was gone, and I was like, oh, okay, so.
And I'm even from theme park. I'm aware of like I can't have life because rehearsal. Mm-hmm. And so one of the things,
real statement.
It's one of the things was like, Mo, will you have time? Like when my question was, when's rehearsal? Like, do you have time when not rehearsaling? And she's like, yeah, this is open. I was like, can I eat your time, please? And can you come to episode?
When I told my wife, I was like, oh yeah, we're trying to have Mo on, and her literal word for word response was, it was chuckle, good luck.
No, that's a very true statement, because anytime we try to plan anything, it's like, oh, I can't. I have rehearsal at 2, so
exactly.
Can we do anything before then?
How about 8 in the morning? You guys free? Again, there are a lot of types. There are a lot of different artists, ASM artists out there.
Wow, this is going somewhere I didn't even.
Dude, it's a whole subculture on the internet. Trust me, dude.
Yeah, it's like people who mask.
And like they make their YouTube videos are like hours long.
Yes.
Where they just read from the dictionary.
Some of them are inaudible mouth sounds.
They're telling a story.
So it's just a lot of.
Oh God!
Yeah.
It's like you have a handful of worms.
But like there's one of them. He's a very popular ASM artist. Goes by the name Ephemeral Rift.
You made that up, right? They don't actually.
No, that's what they call him.
Or you're stirring spaghetti.
Oh, hold on.
Oh, no,
oh God, that's gross. And he takes the whole ASMR thing and just leans into it.
Goes
and
full on.
He goes, like, a lot of people, like, every ASM artist has the same 5 videos.
Mm-hmm.
There's the tailored suit. We're going to fit this custom suit to... And again, I'm not even trying to mock him, because I watch these videos every single night before bed.
I want to, like, wash my hands after I draw this.
Right.
Again, I can't show this to my mom or anything.
Oh, my first issue of Grim Fairy Tales, my grandmother took and sold all her ladies at church. I know you're proud, but come on, don't go to your Southern Baptist church and show all your old lady friends all this cleavage. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, she's Ross Mom on the forums. She's
Ross Dad.
A known quantity on there. Ross Mom, in fact, in the first book, I took her comments from the website that were funny in reference to the comic, and I ran those under it. So I ran that, and I called it Momentary.
Oh, it's good flavor text.
By the first book of comics, which is the first 200, it has Momentary under not everyone, because sometimes she would just write, this one's great, and I'm like, okay, that's not making the book, but
for 13 years. And I was like, I googled Donruss 86, and everyone was like, and there was a website that showed like all the most valuable cards in that set. At one point, there was a $100 card in that set. It was a Jose Canseco rookie card. So I went through and I was like, holy shit, I have it. It's worth dick now, literally pennies, because nobody cares about baseball cards. And Jose Canseco was riddled with controversy and all that. Mm-hmm. And I'm telling my wife this incredibly long and boring story about baseball cards. And I mentioned Jose Canseco. And my wife goes, a Jose Canseco bat? And then I go, what?
I get the reference.
I was like, it's a card. Why did you just say that? And she's like, it's from Ninja Turtles. And
I told Brett.
Brett gets it.
It's my boy Casey Jones.
And I was telling Brett, I was like, it's a Sigma card. And I type out what she said. Tell me you did not pay money for this. And Brett's like, I almost typed it myself.
And we were on the way, and keep in mind, my wife doesn't like drop quotes. She's not like as annoying as me, where I'm just constantly quoting shit, and I'm looking at her, be like, "Did you get it?"
You're pretty annoying.
Yeah, pretty annoying. And so, like, to hear her drop a quote, especially one that, like, I have no idea, because I'm not a really big fan of Ninja Turtles. And then, like, she pulls it up on her phone. She's like, "Now I need to watch the scene." And I was like, "Okay,
It's a good scene.
you know, married the right woman."
Casey Jones fights Raph.
Cricket, more like crumpet.
See,
Yeah.
that's why I hated
love that
Casey
movie.
Jones. Why is he being such a dick to Raph? He's such a prick. He's so confident and cocky. I hate Casey Jones. God damn you, Casey Jones.
These movies is Mikey Newman's favorite. If you watch the early ones, he calls him out every time he's in a movie.
Casey Jones ranks above Donatello and Michelangelo.
I'm gonna shut your mic
does.
off if you don't shut your mouth. So, anyways, I
was really proud of her and disappointed in you.
Yeah, you should have been.
I thought it was funny. Good call, Rissa.
Yeah, definitely good call.
So the problem there's a couple ways. So the first fall is you fall small. So you keep your fingers in so they don't get run over.
Yeah, it's important.
And you drop down on. So pretty much.
It makes me cringe.
So pretty much you fall.
May I close this out?
Yeah, sign us out with a well, because until next time.
Yes.
This has been John. Thanks for coming on.
Thank you for having me. I like playing around with you guys.
No, I like playing around with you.
That's a little suggestive. I apologize for the
love
wording.
playing around with you. Come here, let me play with you. And again, like, you can support, you can show the bits, you can't show the bits. That was the worst.
Whoops.
We're gonna just pretend I didn't say that. You can give the bits. You can subscribe, blah blah blah, all the good stuff.
Yeah, lots of people that aren't even pictured. But if you scroll down that, to me, the thing that's really impressive is everybody's wearing the same T-shirt.
I was literally just noticing that. I'm scrolling like.
We're all in this secret club that we kept secret for 3 years. Nobody talked about this for 3 years. I think that's incredible.
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of frustrating because I wish I would have known about it sooner. But
no, because then you'd be frustrated it was taking so long. That
Okay.
was part of my my big plan was let's keep it secret because these days everybody wants everything right now.
Right.
If they read an article about something online, there better be a buy it now button at the bottom of it. Because that's how impatient people are anymore. They can't wait. Or they'll get frustrated in the time between hearing about it and when they can finally get it. They get angry. I've seen it. It's crazy.
Bad memories from 5th grade and this whole fandom are coming back. Oh god.
So they have to like walk across the room and get to one. But like you turn around and see them, they have to stop moving.
Right.
Like Wax Music.
They have to go back to start. Like what?
Wax Music.
I don't know that one. It's a new game that I'm unfamiliar
It's
with.
not a new game. It's really not.
It was called Green Light, Red Light when I was a kid.
It's so different now. Your meaning is so different from what it is.
It's a stoplight. Green light means go, red light means stop.
That's the same as Mr. Fox.
No, that's what time is it when you try to run. But they're gonna chase you in Mr. Fox. The fox chases you.
Oh, in Mr. Fox, there's no chaser now.
Oh, is that because kids are gonna get hurt?
Playgrounds change, son.
How dysfunctional the teachers think that we are. That we can't manage to run or tap each other without causing imminent death.
When I was a kid, there was a time when Red Rover got outlawed and banned.
Oh, they banned Pickle at school.
Wait, what's Pickle? Hang
Pickle
on.
is...
So Red Rover was Send Rover on Over?
Red Rover got banned in the first 30 seconds that we tried playing it.
Yeah, you just plow into each other.
Yeah, you just like clothesline people.
I think someone broke their arm from that.
Somewhere, sure, probably. Yeah. Alright, so what's Pickle?
Pickle is where they put a bunch of children in a field and give one of them a tennis ball.
Uh-huh.
And then you need to run around and whip it as hard as you can at their shoulders. It's great.
sounds similar to burn. We always had burn.
No. It
Those
was
were the
so
bowling
funny.
team.
Yeah, burn you at a wall and a tennis ball. Sometimes a golf ball.
I never played with a golf ball. Yikes.
Pickle got outlawed and they had to make an announcement over the intercom system and they were like, no more pickle. I think someone was eating a pickle in class at that point, so they
The irony.
gingerly put it down on their desk and they're like,
Oh, man.
alright.
Little pickles are gross anyway.
False.
No.
Do you disagree?
I disagree with that statement.
So Justin Wong.
So Justin Wong is left with nothing but old Scott Summers, my boy, Cyclops. Now, Cyclops is a good character.
The
Mark.
lesser Summers brother. To be honest.
We're gonna have to shut this down.
Continue.
That's all the time we have. I mean, like, I part of me wants to be like, yo, did you read the new Headlopper that came out 2 weeks ago? But no, you're too busy designing Headlopper figures.
I've purchased it. I've yet to read it.
It's something that happened kind of in Massachusetts, so yeah, we might as well put it here.
The Lizzie Borden is closer to us than it is to you right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My wife is a distant relative of Lizzie Borden.
I remembered someone said they were really close. I remember that was her.
Yeah. Yep. That's our claim to fame.
There you go. I bet you sleep really well at
Oh
night.
yeah, just great.
Yeah.
Everything's great.
Yeah, it's fine.
The axes are locked up in the shed.
Oh, honey, I think I left the door unlocked. I just gotta go downstairs. And okay, I won't be too long here.
Okay, please
All right.
don't lock the door and kill me.
Invest in axes.
You know, there's one thing I haven't invested in. It's probably got to be axes.
You know, actually, she would be thinking that you would be locking away the axe. What if you gave her too many axes that when the moment came, she just couldn't decide?
Exactly.
And that would be the difference for you to get out the door.
That would be my saving grace. We have a plan now. I'm glad we came.
Yeah.
She just can never listen to this.
I mean, she could swing one axe really well, but
40 times
six
even.
at a time.
That's right. And like you're like, oh honey, are you sure you want to use your good axe? And she's like, oh, next week. All right, you got me this
Don't
time.
want to get it
All
dirty.
Oh, axes. We have our shows throughout the year, and like, I get my Brett fix at World's Fair.
Yeah.
I get my Joe and Colin fix at like PAX. I get my Alex and Colin fix at Kineticon, and then when Boston comes along, it's like
Voltron.
Yeah, everyone we're Voltron. is what I'm saying. We come together and we form a giant robot.
When I was there last year, there were like a couple groups of people going around with anti-mutant signs.
Sounds like my kind of
Like
people.
mutants.
Did they have a sentinel with them?
No, that would have been pretty cool though. Even just somebody dressed up as a sentinel arm.
Yeah, so that's a wasted
Going around.
opportunity.
Regular racist anti-mutant people. but,
Right.
You know.
I mean, if you got to be racist against something.
Oh my! Wow,
I guess
we're
so.
going.
Normally,
We're leaning in here.
Normally, my target is those filthy scrolls, but
PAX wrap up.
This could also be the Overwatch cast.
We're hijackmen. What's your favorite payload?
The Overcast.
We're just not talking about PAX.
Hanamura.
Really, that's your favorite? Why would
as a payload?
Doesn't have a payload.
That's why it's my favorite. 'Cause I play as
Anubis.
Genji, and I don't need to
I'm not
be-
here to argue semantics. You know, the spider wall. Like that was always the one that like I was like, oh my god, how do you even like that? They make it look so easy. They make it look so and like I remember at first they could just like walk up to it, I think, and then they then they put the trampoline.
Oh, the trampoline.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then like they make like they don't necessarily have the new ones. Like they will improve upon like previous, like the warped wall.
Yeah.
Like eventually it's just gonna be a circle. Like
They keep upping the head of the wall.
Worst
Oh my God.
games ever created.
It is. It's
And I'm kind of between everybody knows it's the worst game, and so therefore I shouldn't use it because it's so old, and there's so many other bad games.
but I don't think people know
but
why it's the worst
so
game.
bad,
You know.
so bad.
But if they don't know why it's bad, like you got to introduce them to that.
It's true.
The Silver Surfer game was like released,
Mhm.
and then there were ads in the comic books, and in the comics it's like, play the Silver Surfer game, and then like when you get a high score, like tell us, and we'll send. If you're the highest score by this date, you had to like take a picture of the screen,
get it developed,
and then mail that to Marvel as proof. I'm like, you can win
of
a prize.
what? Your misery.
And like it's a surfing game basically, so he has to like dodge shit, and you could like I think you could shoot back maybe.
Sounds like that really
it's
hard
like a
level of
shooter.
Battletoads.
You're either like top down looking at it, or it's like a side kind of space shooter.
Right.
And he's like going from left to right.
So
but
then,
like, oh, it's so you just get swarmed with nonsense constantly, and one hit and you're dead.
now,
Just
a friend.
The biggest thing in the Marvel universe is the Silver Surfer.
Obviously.
Powered Cosmic means nothing to space debris.
And I remember a couple weeks ago we were all talking about N64s and stuff, and Ken was talking about how GoldenEye, while one of the most incredible games that I've ever played, does not hold up. And I remember,
like most N64
I'm gonna
games.
curse a little bit here. I remember thinking, Ken, you're full of fucking shit. How can you even say that? How can you desecrate the perfection that is GoldenEye? GoldenEye was I bought a GoldenEye strategy guide before I even owned an N64 because I just really wanted to read about it.
Yeah.
Because I played it at my friend's house and I was like, this is unbelievably amazing. GoldenEye was incredible. And I got my N64 working today, literally today. Like, I was supposed to be going to pick up Zach, and I was like, give me a minute. And I plug in GoldenEye, and I turn on, like, I send a snap to the guys, and Ken's like, prepare for disappointment. I was like, fuck you, Ken.
And then his next snap 5 minutes later was him playing a WWE game.
I was playing WrestleMania 2000. Yeah,
It's like, oh, GoldenEye didn't last that long.
I was stunning the shit out of Steve Blackman.
You were.
Last time you were on, we talked about fighting games. So we're going to switch it up this time and talk about fighting games.
Yes.
So buckle up and strap on your best gi.
Your finest gi.
Your finest gi.
Your church gi.
Yeah. Hey, you know, whatever. I'm not going to say it.
Maybe you should, for opinions may varies, next pin, you should say, you're really leaning in on it. Like,
No.
Lean into them hot takes.
Lean in, or JR's hot take.
I'm talking to Kyle at his Decimator Designs booth, and he starts talking. He's like, "Oh yeah, I never told you part of that story." And I go, "Part of what?" Because we would talk about the Monster Mania thing and how like we didn't know anyone yet.
Mm-hmm.
And Kyle's like, "So the security guy that approved you turned to me and said, keep an eye on him."
Yeah.
And he's like, he couldn't like specifically put me on you, but they told me to watch.
Was Kyle like working the event?
Yeah, he was one of the volunteers. Yep. And so like for the entire show,
You know how big the world is.
so just all this time we've known each other, like the past 4 or 5 years or whatever.
His first experience with you was to keep an eye on you to make sure you didn't do anything stupid with a machete. But that's not fate.
So this guy was ghosting me the entire. I had no idea because you're not really looking around for a show. You're just experiencing the convention, not like.
Especially if you're not planning on doing anything stupid, anyways. You don't.
Oh yeah. If I was trying to be suspicious, I'd look really suspicious.
I would be terrified that everyone is watching me.
So Kyle would just go about his business and keep an eyes open and be like, oh yeah, you just got to sign by that guy. And like he's sitting down and he's just leaving it in the tube. Okay. And I'm like, oh yeah, you got to sign by that guy. And I was like, no shit. I have no idea. And this is the first time you've told me this.
So that's just on the plastic, not on the piece itself.
Right.
And then he double folded the tape, so I had something to grip to peel the tape off of it.
So you didn't have to take a knife to it or anything.
You didn't have to just like leave a slab of tape on it by cutting or damaging the tape. You just pull the tabs.
Yep.
And I was like, that's so thoughtful.
It's the little thing.
It's the first time I've had that happen.
It takes me an extra 2 seconds, but that's where where constructive feedback or constructive criticism comes into hand.
I imagine the experience
for
too.
the longest time, right? So a fan actually or a buyer said, I was just doing it the old-fashioned way, just taping it up, and he complained that he had to take a razor and do fucking brain surgery on this package to open his art. And I said, yeah, that makes sense. When I get art, I hate doing that same thing. Why don't you just take a half a second and flip it over so that you can just remove the tape without having a rage fit on opening the package.
Or we don't like her nose or things like that, and kind of picking things apart. And you get kind of tired of it. It's like, dude, if you hire awesome people, let them do awesome stuff. Like, I understand a couple of revisions where you keep going back and back and back. You're just like, it just kind of burns people out, and you're just kind of like,
But with your work, like, it's so detailed. I can't imagine having to, redo something or alter stuff. I mean, if it's something like, well, the flame has to be green. Just make the flame green. It's a green flame.
Yeah, that's easy, because you can just take that in the workable file and just mess with the levels or the saturation or the hue and change it to green. Say, okay, cool. And they're like, no, more green. You're like, okay. But yeah, it's more about like complete redraws or redos.
Joining us this week. I'm just kidding. I know we already did it. That was a bad joke. I'm gonna cut that out. I edited out last.
Don't edit out. Just leave
a
it
chunk
in there.
last week. I was like. Even made notes in the show or in my notepad. I was like, edit that shit out that you just said, you moron. And we saw you guys at Voltaire's Wicked Necro Comic Con.
Oh, Jesus!
If you can remember that.
Yes. Fun fact about that. My parents live in New Jersey, and they are the biggest fans of everything I've ever done ever, because they're that type of Jewish parent. And then, but especially Art Fight. They love Art Fight. They've been to more shows than any parent of someone involved in Art Fight, easily. And have kind of adopted the whole crew, which has been really wonderful. But anyway, they decided they wanted to come to it. Now, across the street from Voltaire's Necro Comic Con, which was a pretty straightforward comic show, was some sort of Voltaire-related goth sex orgy comic show. Wicked Fair, yeah.
Wicked Fair. It's when I break it down. I've been a couple times.
So excited.
When I break it down, I start off with it's off-season Ren Fair, so it's all the Rennies have something to do in the winter. But then there's also kink involved.
There sure is.
And there's like bondage demos, and there's a flogging station, and there's sometimes an erotic hypnotist.
And okay, so I've derailed us already. I'm happy about that.
Fine,
I hope you are. But
it's what we do.
So they were in adjoining areas, and my parents are bad with directions. So what happened is exactly what you assume, where next thing you know, my parents are in some sort of how to tie knot session looking for us. And I got text like, I don't think this is the right place. I'm like, I don't think it is either, Mom.
Where it's like, if someone tells me to, like, hey, do makeup and design some horns for this demon, you're getting one set of horns, right?
You're getting the horns. These are my horns. You can take my horns if you like them.
And just looking at like one page of your sketching or whatever, it's like there's like 30 sets of horns. I'm like, and I don't even know how I would make past 2.
That is a really tough.
But anyways, that is going to do it for this week. I believe that I don't got anything else. I'm exhausted from satisfaction. Now it sounds like sex. Anyways, I'm talking too much. That's going to do it for this week. Until next time, I have been JR.
I'm Alex. But
we have the OM weekend.
Someday we'll get the OM weekend.
Credit to Colin, by the way. Shout outs for that name.
In case anyone's curious, I've been looking at comicsbeat.com. Orville.
What? Did you just have a stroke?
There was like a safari set with like some animals, and one of them was a tiger. And so when they were making He-Man, they're like, well, He-Man's got to ride something. Like
a horse.
No. A horse is boring. Like, horses are stupid. Horses are for princesses and girl shit. We need something more fantastical.
Manly.
Like there's like a a coil of power between his legs as he rides into battle. So they repainted the tiger and gave him a saddle and armor, and that became Battle Cat, the green striped tiger, and or Panther, Skeletor's evil furry panther, purple panther.
And maybe show it off somewhere.
Yeah. We get it. Even if it's like, even if we're not into your thing, like we'll respect it. Because essentially we're ultimately from the same family.
That's right.
Don't get us wrong here. We're 100% into this thing. Yeah, that's gonna do it. So until next week, I have been. So remember that time when I started to say I've been JR, but I have a new laptop with a really sensitive touchpad, and I hit stop before we actually did the outro. So until next week, I have been JR.
I'm Alex.
And I'm hitting that dusty trail.
Yeah. Okay. We need to end, because unfortunately every episode we've done this month has run really over.
That's fine.
And we're already over.
Well, you got those edits, remember? So we'll be fine.
Yeah, I'll just hack out whatever.
So you guys
I
aren't
said
going to know what
edit.
he's going to edit out, so joke's on you.
Losers.
Losers missing out on that.
You'll never know. I said some horrible shit this episode.
Have we talked about like which ones have been disappointing before? Like Mojo. No one wants a Mojo figure.
No kid's like writing Santa, "Dear Santa Claus, you know how you're obese, but you wear."
I love television.
It's like, you know how you're obese and you wear a suit to cover that up. I want a toy of picture you just not wearing a shirt but having spider legs and like.
Yeah, let's toss them legs out.
Toss them legs out. Give you a scorpion tail.
Some big weird tail.
Give you like pale, gross, splotchy skin. Can you give me that for
I hate your
Christmas,
hair
please?
though. Make your hair wires.
Yeah, make it wires and make it like little hooks go into your eyes, like you're watching a Clockwork.
Think of the most grotesque version of you, and then give me a toy of it.
And now just make it really annoying. Like the person that it is itself is just really shitty and annoying.
Not really.
I get it. Yeah.
I guess everything isn't just Game of Thrones.
No, it'd be funny though.
Roller derby with swords would be
Amazing.
complicated.
Did we just come up with a new thing?
Roller derby with
Is that a
swords.
new thing?
We could
Roller
do
derby with swords?
It'd be a little dangerous.
Sworder derby.
Sworder.
Roller swordy.
Game of skates. Skate of Thrones.
Skate of
God damn
Thrones. I like the Skate of Thrones.
Game of derbs. Nope.
Nope.
That's not it. We'll find it eventually. We'll go to the. We'll leave that to the pun masters of roller derby to come up with the proper name for roller derby with swords. And then I'm also gonna leave it to them to come up with the rules.
Yeah.
Does the jammer get 2 swords? Does the jammer get no swords?
Just a shield.
She gets the shield to push through. Kind of like what do they call that? That cow thing on the front of the card? The cow pusher.
Cow pusher?
Like a cow pusher. Cow pusher.
What's that
Cow
called?
thing that pushes.
Yeah. Shut up.
What's that thing that pushes cows?
Shut it.
Refusing to make any Conor McGregor or Ed Sheeran jokes right now.
There was a lot of Ed Sheeran playing.
With the song.
It's just his whole record everywhere.
I mean, he's
Really?
great.
Yeah.
I love Ed Sheeran. But, like, he has a song on his new record called Galway Girl.
Okay.
Which is where Colin was, Galway. He was that the very...
With a girl that from there.
With a girl from... yeah. Did she play a fiddle in an Irish band? Fuck.
Some lyrics. Everybody gets one. That's the one.
And now I'm credited as a goon. And before I finish, Joe goes, "Whoa, whoa, whoa!" He's like, "A goon and a thug aren't the same thing. Those are way different." And I'm like, "Thank you." I was a little hurt.
Well, I don't want to directly say it was a reflection of your performance.
Would you say that a goon is more British?
I think of a goon as less intelligent.
Give me your best British goon.
Hey, boss, is this where I put the big hammer?
God, you guys are good at that.
Sure is, mister. You says I should punch him a few times, right?
I says you do, I says you do.
All right. Hey, should you just say when? And I'll start with the punching, but then you make sure to tell me when you want me to stop.
I'll tell you to warn back and then when I say go, you give him the full thrust, you do,
Wait, you want me to full thrust him or you want me to punch him?
with your fist, I mean.
Oh, right, okay.
Learn semantics.
I'm sorry, sometimes I get turned around.
My God, it's our own bloody language.
That's a good goon. That's good. That's what I had in mind. So, I mean, goon and thug.
I'd go home and tell my parents that I got to thug today.
Right.
But I'm not gonna go tell them that I was a goon today.
Well, right.
Yeah, but you weren't straight thugging. You have to earn thug.
Yeah.
Let's be real, based on your performance.
Whoa.
I mean,
I think
pay your dues.
To each his own, I guess. The Enforcers are rad.
Mm-hmm.
They are selfless in their sacrifice, and I can't thank them enough. I've debated. I should try for that sometime. But then I'm like, nah, I like covering the show. I like doing what I want and seeing all the cool things, and I don't know if I'd be able to restrain myself from... I'm probably shooting myself in the foot here if I ever apply for an Enforcer position later.
I don't know if I'd be outgoing enough.
That too.
Could I walk into confidently walk into a room full of people, and it's the queue room waiting to get into the next panel, and they might not be happy because they're waiting and they're kind of cramped and
at 9 o'clock at night,
and they're exhausted. They've been there the entire day, and you walk in, absolutely 100% confident that you're going to excite them and entertain them, and just be like, "Hey guys, this is what we're doing now," and people are into it.
There is such a limited population of the world that could confidently say they could or could not do that, and 3 out of 4 of them are here right now. This is 3 of us did this for a flippin' living. Yeah, guys, you got, and the one of us that didn't, Colin, yeah, you're probably gonna be fine.
Yeah, I'm okay. Thanks, guys.
Yeah. I think we could do okay.
Oh, I missed the stop button. Hold on, let's try that again. And stop. All right, and that is going to do it. Thank you so much to my dear co-host, Alex, for putting that together. I don't know how he finds the time. I don't know how he has the patience to listen to us all over again, but he does it time in and time out. So big thanks to him for putting that together. Now it is time to go celebrate. A very good friend of ours is getting married, and I'm very excited. I bought a suit. Can you guys believe it? I'm excited to wear my suit. It's going to be a good time. So for Alex, I have been JR, and this has been episode 354 of Opinions May Vary.